Join us as we ride the small highways of northern Arizona and southern Utah. Starting in Mexican Water, Arizona, spending the night in Page, Arizona, and ending up in Hatch, Utah. Coming from the south, Mexican Water was the first rock formations we saw. Our home for the night, Lake Powell Campground in Page, Arizona. The famous Horseshoe Bend, also in Page. To omit this shadow, it would have been better to come later in the morning. However, we came first thing, and it was already really hot walking down to the lookout. Yes, those are boats in the river. You can tour Horseshoe Bend by boat and by helicopter. Some of the rock formations on the way back to the parking lot. This is part of the walk to the lookout. Upstream on the Colorado River is the Glen Canyon Dam overlook. Around the corner from here is Horseshoe Bend. The reason we came to Page, to see Upper Antelope Canyon. This is on sacred Navajo ground and no videos are allowed. The only way to see many of the canyons in the area is to go with an authorized touring company. The tours are known to book up months in advance. A few hours later, we were riding out of Kanab, Utah. Riding north on Highway 89. We have gone to Zion and Bryce National Parks in the past. I will include links on those videos. So this trip we decided to go up the valley between the mountains. Kanab has many national parks, including the Grand Canyon, within a day's ride. Kanab and the surrounding area has everything from sand dunes, volcanic craters, lava flows, canyons, mountains, and plains. Kanab has a nickname, Little Hollywood, with over 170 films being made here. Some of the Western films filmed in and around Kanab are The Lone Ranger and Stagecoach. Some of the non-Western films are Octopussy and the Flintstones. An example of the Western TV shows that were filmed here are Gunsmoke and How the West Was Won. And the non-Western TV shows are The $6 Million Man and Doctor Who, The Impossible Astronaut. This is a road sign for ATV crossings. The ATVs are allowed to drive on the shoulder. There are warning signs for traffic at the trail crossings. We did see ATVs driving on the side in the towns, but we didn't see it on the highway. There's approximately 200 miles of ATV and motorcycle off-road trails, mostly northeast of Canal. There is a trail map you can download from State Parks Utah. It has the trails as well as the difficulties, which are rated similar to ski runs, green for easy and red for extreme. I only saw one labeled green. We are passing Moqui Cave. This is one of the first dance hall and taverns in the area, and is now a museum. They have one of the largest fluorescent mineral displays in the United States, as well as around 180 dinosaur tracks. On the left is the turnoff to Coral Pink Sand Dunes State Park. The dunes can move up to 50 feet a year, thanks to the local winds. The park offers camping with restrooms and showers, as well as a visitor center, lookout, dune access for ATV and foot trails. We're riding through Mount Carmel Junction. On the left is the turnoff for Highway 9, which leads to Zion National Park. We have done this section of the highway before. We have some other videos where we have gone from Zion National Park to Bryce Canyon National Park. Riding through the small town of Mount Carmel. This area has quicksand and extreme flash floods. There are places here to rent ATVs and slingshots. It is common for people to explore the surrounding mountains on the ATVs and go through the windy roads of the parks on the slingshots. The town of Orderville. Orderville was established by the Church of Latter-day Saints in 1875. Orderville was organized as a communal town following the Church of Latter-day Saints' belief. Homes were apartments around the square, and there was a communal dining room. They grew their own food, and small farms surrounded the settlement. They used local materials to make their own soap, furniture, and clothing. This way of life is called the United Order, and it lasted approximately 10 years in Orderville. small town of Glendale. Glendale was originally called Berryville. The rumors of how Glendale got its name vary. Some think it was named after the glens and the dales in the surrounding area. Others believed it is named after Glendale, Scotland, which is where some of the early residents came from. We're pulling over to change the battery in the GoPro. New battery and a quick stretch, and we're off again. There is a dirt road running east from Glendale, going south to Kanab. This road goes through Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument. We are passing Mystic River Adventures. They have zip lining, fishing, and a rustic horse and buggy ride through the river. We are now in Dixie National Forest. We are following the East Fork of the Virgin River. Dixie National Forest is approximately 170 miles and stretches between the Great Basin and the Colorado River. The forest has a wide range of altitude, giving it a varying climate. At the lower altitude, the average rainfall is 10 inches a year, with some heavy thunderstorms. The temperatures may reach 100 degrees. The higher elevations may have 40 inches of precipitation a year, mostly snow, and get down to negative 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Mule deer and elk are the typical big game hunted in the Dixie National Forest. Trout is the most popular fish caught in the forest, but there are others. We have gone in and out of the forest a few times and are now completely out of the forest. The Sevier River is in the valley to our right. We follow this all the way to Hatch. There is a fish hatchery west of here, off of Mammoth Creek, which feeds into Sevier River. We are on the bridge going over the Mammoth River. The nearby town of Hatch was originally called Mammoth. It was renamed after a pioneer in 1872. The town of Hatch. Considering Hatch's smaller size, there is a large variety of places to stay. Inns, bed and breakfasts, and cabins. We had heard of the Galaxy, a motel and diner with a Harley-Davidson and motorcycle theme. We had decided this would be a good place for dinner. Hungry from riding, a beer and a burger sounded really good. Found the Galaxy and the shop next door. After dinner, we headed to our cabin, where the owner surprised us with s'mores around a campfire. Thanks for joining us on our ride through Arizona and Utah. Please subscribe to me on YouTube and follow me on Facebook at Biking with Butterfly.